comes the little nose. There we go. I'm going to do an update video on Pom Pom and more mainly on myself today actually. I think as a person on social media, a lot of the time we like to sort of hide what we're really going through and sort of put on a bit of a, I know you don't get the pretense in this house because you get the house as it is, mess, all whatever, me with makeup, me without makeup, whatever. But I think to some extent we do try and hide really what we're going through and what we're feeling. So I'm just sitting down very honestly with you all today. You've been so supportive, not even really knowing what I'm going through. So I'm just going to open up. So here we go. Silly thing to start with. I had my Pom Pom tattoo done 2 weeks ago and I'm absolutely in love with it. It looks just like Pommy. It's just the right colours, his little tail, the little creases in the back of his neck when he stands up. And I'm absolutely in love with this tattoo. I then went last week to get one of in memory of my grandfather, who was a writer and a great man. He passed in the 1990s at the age of 69 of cancer, which was very sad. And I didn't really get to know him very well, but he told my mum when I was little that I'm destined for great things. So I had that tattooed on there with his name, with a clock and a sand timer to show the sands of time. Again, I'm totally in love with this tattoo, but because I'm on an antiplatelet, a blood thinner after 2 mini strokes, I then bruised all, you can see the remnants of it, but it was literally, the bruise was spreading by the minute last Saturday after I had it done on Friday. So I had to go to the out of hours hospital and there were concerns about internal bleeding. They put me on antibiotics just in case, but there was no infection. So it's healing up nicely now, but literally all this part of my arm from here to here was all red and really badly bruised. So I couldn't use my arm for a few days. But that's self-inflicted, so there we go. But I'm loving the tattoos I've got. I'm just not sure if I'll be allowed anymore. So Pom Pom has his operation on Monday. Now, I shared with you, excuse me, a few weeks back about being concerned about him and what he was going through, and we got the news from the vets about it being a tumour. First of all, they did skin scrapes and nothing came back showing it was skin related. So then there was very much the news that it was a tumour, and I know I went on and shared with you, excuse me, this is allergies. I haven't been crying yet, but I probably will at some point. But I wanted to share with you the fact that he was having an operation, but I did say at the time, not going to be giving regular updates. This is really hard for me to deal with. And I realised that actually since then, despite numerous vet visits and going with Pom Pom and updates and everything, I think very much I've been in denial about what's going on. I didn't have a particularly good week this week, just lots of little things that happen on a day-to-day basis that just add up by the end of the week. You know what I'm talking about. Something happens, something else happens, and by the end of the week, I could have just done with staying in bed all week, literally, and not going out and facing the world. So I'd ordered, the icing on the cake for me yesterday was I'd ordered some things for Pom Pom for after his operation. This week he had a big jelly cat cuddly bunny I gave to him 2 days ago for him to rest when he's had his operation. I'd ordered some other little bits to give him post-op, and one of them was from a store in the US actually, we're in the UK, called Moonlight Bunny Boutique, and she knew I was ordering for Pom Pom, she knew he was having surgery. I paid up for very fast delivery to get it here basically within the week from the States. And I paid quite a substantial amount for that. And it hadn't arrived. It was supposed to arrive by Tuesday. It hadn't arrived. I thought, this isn't going to come in time for his operation from the States. So I went on DPD and I said to them, you know, tracking shows she hasn't even dropped it off yet. Have you not got the parcel yet? And they went, no, you better contact her because we haven't even got the parcel. There's no way it'll get to you in time for the date you need it by. So I was a little bit annoyed, upset, whatever. Actually, Stephen contacted her because he's very level-headed when things go wrong. Very polite email just saying, you know, you knew it was in time for Pom Pom's operation. Unfortunately, now it's not going to arrive. I'm asking for a full refund because it's going to arrive after the occasion that we wanted it for and you haven't posted it yet. You know, it's a shame we've been let down, but it was very, very politely worded. I got back to an email yesterday. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't sleep, check my email. Oh my goodness. This person must be off their rocker. She was blasting me on this email and I'm abusive and I'm horrible and she has childcare commitments and I've got no heart in this. I thought, all I said was, you haven't met your deadline, could I have a refund really? But I mean, if you want
horrible. I can be horrible. I just chose not to and put on the nice email front to her, even though I was inside quite annoyed that basically what's happened is I'm going to rush out and get some stuff this weekend for Pom Pom post-op rather than the thing that I've been planning for weeks and weeks to give him, which is fine. But it just, I had that email last night, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I thought, I can do without this. Really do without this being name called on all fronts, and put my head in my hands on the desk and just started crying and thought, like, do you know what? I don't need this. Pom's going into surgery on Monday. I don't need extra added hassles. And I realised at that moment that actually, although knowing Monday is coming, I've been in total denial about it. I was in denial about the CT scan, even though it happened. And I don't know what it is when a loved one is really, really ill, whether anyone's been through this before, but that rather than getting worked up and worried about it, you just shut it out. I was just like, it's happening, but in my head, it's not happening. It's too painful. It's too traumatic. It ain't happening. He's not going to surgery. It's not going to happen. And Monday is coming around, and really this email, it wasn't a nice email, and I could have done without it, but it was a trigger really to me to say to me, actually, he is coming up to surgery, and I'm really not coping. I know everyone gets attached to fur babies. I know people have been very attached to fur babies and to dogs, and I've also known people say that it takes several months to bond with a rabbit. They're prey animals, they're very scared of sometimes other rabbits, sometimes humans as well. And I mean, to Pom Pom, I must be this towering great big thing, and I'm not even tall, so you think about it height-wise. But on the first day, I remember sitting like this, cross-legged on the floor, next to Theo, and Pom Pom's space was all the way over there. And we were told, when you get a new rabbit, I'd looked up before, not to go near them because they need to come to you. So Pommy of himself, the other rabbit wasn't really interested in us, in humans, in interaction in any sort of way. But Pom Pom was very curious and very interested. He came on the first day and I didn't even have a treat in my hand to entice him with. And he came as he does now, and he rested his paws on my leg and he put his head up like this to look at my face to sort of see who I am. And to me, that was us bonded, to a certain extent. Obviously I had to work on the bond afterwards, but he needed a mummy and I needed to give a baby some love. So we kind of bonded straight away. And from then our bond has just grown closer and closer and closer. Now Pom Pom, as a single bunny, hasn't had another rabbit to form that strong bond with. So I've kind of gone in the place of his bonded bunny. And I sometimes wonder to myself whether he actually thinks I am some sort of strange, weird breed of bunny with short ears or something, because he'll come to me at playtime when he's energetic and he'll nudge me. I'll normally be at work in the office, home office. He'll nudge me and he's like, right, and late at night as well, when the crepuscular, they're up at night, they're energetic. It's playtime, come on. And I will get down on all fours and I will chase him and he'll binky and we'll play toys together. You can interact with a rabbit with toys as well. It's so much fun. And when he's not very well, he'll come and nudge me for head rubs and he wants to lick and he wants to kiss, and he'll be on my bed and he'll, when we're having a nap together in the afternoon, I've got various health issues, I might have a nap with him one afternoon and I'll bury my head into his fur. So we're very much like bonded rabbits in that sense, that I will get down onto his level and be there on the floor with him as much as I can. I am hugely in love with Pom Pom. He has taken a massive, great big part of my heart. And just because of the way that things have worked out at the moment, my son is at secondary school. He's at school most of the day. He's got after school activities. He's joined cadets. He does boxing. He does the gym, which is great. And just because of the way things have worked out, I'm not spending as much of my time with him at the moment. More of my time goes on Pom Pom during the day. He's the more needy one, if you like, the baby that needs my time and me to be around him and to help him. So Pom Pom and I have spent so much time together on a day-to-day basis. I am hugely attached to this rabbit. And actually, as Monday is coming around, I can't face really what might happen. What is that tumour? They won't know until they're sent off to the lab. It could be it's nothing, but given it's a tumour, it could be something dangerous. It could be something sinister. And, we've made the decision to have the surgery done on Monday, as risky as it is, because The alternative is, if that tumour is something sinister, it's going to spread to his organs and I'll lose him that way anyway. So obviously I don't want that. So I'm doing what I feel as a mum and what the vets feels as well is the best thing for Pom Pom in his best interest. Is more of a preventative thing at this stage. I'm on social media. I'm on YouTube, obviously, as a YouTuber. I have an Instagram account, which is partly rabbit account, partly a business account for our small pet business that we run as well. It's kind of like a sideline thing that we do. And I'm scrolling through, and on almost a daily basis, I'm seeing bad news about rabbits with anaesthetic. And I know from having spoken to people as well that rabbits and small furries are more susceptible to problems with anaesthetics, as a lot of other animals would be a lot stronger with an anaesthesia, and humans obviously, there are a good amount of anaesthetics for humans as well, but we would obviously have a higher tolerance of anaesthetic than a small furry would do. So that's all in the back of my mind, you know, is something going to happen on Monday out of my control and it's all going to go wrong with the anaesthetic? To combat that, I know we're at the Best Vets. She's a rabbit expert. They've got all the state-of-the-art, up-to-date equipment you could ever ask for a rabbit operation. Loads more equipment, I found out, than a standard vet would have. So, you know, there's all that there to revive if things happen. But in the back of my head, I'm like, what's going to happen Monday? And I just the fact that he's suffering, he's in pain, he's still on pain relief. He is eating, which is great. He's got an appetite. He's not had to have tummy meds the last couple of weeks. That scan didn't really come back showing any arthritic condition, which is a blessing in some ways. Still not much of an explanation as to what's going on pain toileting wise, but I've gone back to the soft bedding in his tray and he seems to be a lot happier on that and going about doing his business on that and without much problems. So that seems to be kind of just rectifying itself. There is the question as to why he's always going into stasis, even just on a hay-based diet. His tummy's upset all the time. So there was all those things going on, but no, there was nothing arthritic. Vertebrae 1 and vertebrae 2 are larger than normal. That's his bone structure. There's nothing that can be done about it. Might explain why he's sometimes a bit uncomfortable trying to get down to his cecotropes. Doesn't really explain much else. So his cecum, his tummy was a little bit more empty than it should have been on the morning of the CT. That showed as well. No real explanation for that really, because he's still eating and pooping. So we're kind of still in the dark a little bit as to what's going on. But as I said, Monday he's going in 8:30 for a whole day case. He's got the tumour needs to be removed. Part of the ear needs cutting away. And I was sort of like, when I had my tattoo, I was like, I really wanted uppy ears. And I thought, well, is that a bit mean because he's going to have a bit of his ear cut away to have an uppy-eared rabbit as a tattoo? Or would it trigger me to get upset? But no, actually, because one of the things I love about Pom Pom is his little ears sticking up when he stands up. He's just so cute with his little ears. And, you know, he'll still be beautiful, you know, regardless of what. It's only a small section they're removing. Might not even be noticeable. We'll have to see what happens after Monday. So, yeah, he's going through it. He went this week to have his annual immunisations. I would recommend that your rabbit is vaccinated on a yearly basis. He needed those doing because it was coming up to the time the expiry was end of October. He really needed them doing now. So he's had those done as well. There's no interaction with surgery for that. His little fur sticking out. And yeah, so he's having that done. He's having the abscess removed. Now the abscess, when he had the CT scan, was at the back of the jawline. So we weren't sure what it was. Thankfully, it's not going into the ear at all. So it's not going to be major invasive surgery to remove it, which is what they thought it might be at the time. But he still does need an incision and a surgical procedure to remove the abscess. Now, what's happened this week is the abscess has moved a bit and has grown. So it's now pretty much more predominantly on the jawline. It's about the size of a pea. And, you know, we're having to be very careful when handling him. We don't touch that side of him. And again, there's nothing that can be done about that because he is booked in for surgery on Monday anyway. So we're going to talk to the vets when he goes in Monday morning and just say, look, this has grown. We've told them already. Just remind them per se, and that's going to happen. Yeah, I'm not really coping with the whole Pommy being ill thing, the whole Pommy having an operation on Monday thing. And this is just me being very open and honest that, you know, today I have put on a very strong front and said, you know, not going to give regular updates, and I probably still won't, but yeah, I've not been as brave and tough and hardcore as I've tried to make out that I am. I'm really not coping with the pending operation. There is a good thing on being on antidepressants in that for the last 10 years, it's controlled things since the trauma of a court case that I had 10 years ago that triggered mental health issues, an abuser from childhood, got a 4.5 year prison sentence 10 years ago, triggered a whole load of mental health issues. Now, on the antidepressant, my man, I've been stable for 10 years, but there are times that you kind of want to cry like now, and you can't because the drugs are not letting you cry. And I just don't know what to do with myself at the moment. But anyway, up until now, I've been in denial. Today, I'm very much not in denial. And today, it's very much a reality that Pom Pom is going in for surgery. And I don't know what's going to happen on Monday. But yeah, I just have to trust. You know, there are those of you who are praying, who are religious, trust the universe, trust God, trust whoever we're trusting in, that, you know, Pom Pom is going to be okay and it's all going to be all right. And just giving him as much love as I possibly can. He already has tons of it every day anyway, but he's having so much love and so much of my time. On the days I haven't been well, I've kind of not been beating myself up over not being able to spend time interacting with Pom Pom. He's happy just to come in bed with me, lie in bed with me, and just cuddle up or lie on the end of the bed and keep lookout for Mummy because she's not well. So, you know, we're still spending time together, even if one of us isn't able to kind of actively play with our toys or do something with the other. So there we are. That's me and Pom Pom. Been a bit of a difficult week, and I will keep you up to date with Monday. Obviously, he's going at 8:30. I won't know anything till he's out of surgery, but as soon as I hear, I will update by video or by post what's going on. Now, I've got some videos lined up for the next couple of weeks scheduled to come on for you, because I thought if he's not very well after his surgery, he's not probably going to be into very much to film. So I've got some from last week and the week before, some videos lined up for the next few weeks. Anyway, so you'll be seeing Pom Pom perhaps before surgery on the videos next week, if that makes sense. So that's just to keep the channel going and ticking over while perhaps he's not well in himself to be his usual energetic, bouncy self. But I do appreciate, you know, even without knowing what I'm going through, I think a lot of you have sort of sensed what a bun mum would be going through, or what even a mother would be going through with what's going on with Pom Pom. And I've received so many really loving comments about what's happened. Oh yeah, I'm like, where is he? So many loving comments about what's happened without you guys even knowing that I'm struggling. So thank you very much. You've all got a sixth sense there somewhere, knowing that I am struggling, and really appreciate you being there for us. And this is just a very candid, open video of me sitting here and saying, you know, guys, we're not coping. We're really worried about Monday, and really, really appreciative to have this great community of people. It's okay, you can drink, sweetie, but I'm just talking to all the people out there who love you so much. You can drink, you drink, you drink, you drink, and Mummy just keep talking while you drink. Good boy. So yeah, we just feel really, I'm not sure what's the word, honoured, privileged, loved. We feel loved. Pommy and I feel loved, and as a family we feel loved and appreciated by all these people around the world that we've not met, not had the privilege of meeting all you lovely people. Look, now Mummy's welling up because she's not on camera, so that's good. Mummy will have a little cry while you focus on Pommy having his water. We just feel really loved and uplifted by you all, and that's what I wanted to really share with all of you what we're going through today. And just be really open and honest and say, look guys, we're not coping, and we just really feel loved and secure being lifted up by all of you at the moment. So there you go, the tears have come, but I'm not on camera, so that's okay. So there we go, Pommy Doozy, you're going to be okay, aren't you? And you're a brave boy. You're probably braver than Mummy, actually. You're probably being a lot braver than Mummy, and you will be on Monday. Won't you be braver than Mummy? And if Mummy could take your place, baby boo, believe me, she would. She would be there in a heartbeat on that operation. But it's you who's got to go through it. What we can do, baby boo, is give you as much love as we can at the moment, yeah? Are you drinking too quickly there? You got hiccups. Oh, he's got hiccups, bless him. Is that why you're having a drink? You got hiccups. You can see him jerking like that. You got hiccups. Oh, baby boo. Oh, sweetie pie, did you drink too quickly? Did you drink too quickly, lovely?
And there we go. Dinner's just gone off in the oven, so we're going to sign off.
And a sneeze as well, goodness me. And a shake. So we're going to sign off and we're just going to say we love you guys a lot and we're just really thankful for you being there for us at the moment. And that's me just having a little cry on camera and saying, you know, it's been really hard, but we do appreciate you all being there for us.